to get that magic of engagement, right? To get to that end state on the journey. And I really think there's 5 things today. So employees today, irregardless of generations, yes, this is absolutely the case for millennials, but it's the same for Gen Y and boomers and so forth. They want meaning. They want a purpose. They want to work for a company where they can grab onto something that they believe in, right? Doing something good for others. You know, if you think about Tom's Shoes down in Southern California, my favorite company to use as an example. At Tom's Shoes, for every pair of shoes a customer buys, they donate a pair to someone in need. For every bag of coffee you buy, they donate water to villages in need. And now they sell sunglasses, and for every pair of sunglasses they donate a pair of glasses to someone in need. That's meaning. When I can look out at the people at Google and go, man, you guys are saving and changing lives with the work that you do. That's why people love working there. It's not the 23 cafeterias and the bowling alley. If you ask people why they work at Google, they talk about the kinds of things they're doing to change people's lives with technology, right? So it's about meaning. The next thing that people want to have that magic of engagement is alignment. And what do I mean by alignment? It means that when you sit in your job, whether you are on the phone as a customer service rep, or you are the head of finance, or you are a secretary to the executive, it doesn't matter what your job, you want to know where you fit in. You want to understand where the company is going and be aligned to that vision that you can grab your hands around and say, this is it for me. And it's not just about whether you work at a small company, right? Some of you may go work for a startup. Or maybe you want to go work for a nonprofit. That's really about meaning, right? Or maybe, like me, you worked at a big multinational corporation. But think about sports teams, right? I'm sure all of us either watched or heard about, you know, the big Super Bowl game yesterday, right? Do you think the New England Patriots and Seattle were not completely engaged and aligned with what the end goal was to win the championship? That's alignment, right? The next is growth. And what employees want is growth. Now, I'm a baby boomer. I admit it, I am. And when I entered the workplace, we had a career ladder. Every job had a different category, right? You start off like I was in HR. It's like an HR assistant, and then a specialist, and a coordinator, and a manager, and a director, and eventually I got to an EVP. But somewhere along the line, somebody, thankfully, knocked the legs out from under that ladder. And it became all about building a portfolio of skills, not a ladder. And so for those of you entering the workplace now, here's the really cool thing. You can zig and you can zag. It's not about going like this, but it's about, I want to learn this. I want to learn a new skill. I want to move to a different area. That's so cool. And companies are understanding that people, this is a soundbite generation, right? A Twitter generation. It's about, give me a project, let me go work on this, and then I want to go move somewhere else, and I want to do that. That's what's really cool about growth today. The fourth one is input. You want to have a voice in what's going on in the company. Who knows what's going on with your customers better than the frontline employees? It's certainly not the people sitting up in the C-suite. They don't know what's going on with the customers. Right? You're a barista at Starbucks. You know more about what your customers want than the people that are sitting up in Seattle. You want to have a voice. You want to be able to input. So companies that get it today around engagement are saying, I need to give my employees a voice. Right? And hopefully by now, because you're all really smart, you figured out I'm probably going to spell magic. Right? So the C for me is context. Really important. So how many people in here, let's see, either have children or ever were a child yourselves? Right? All of us. Okay, we can all answer this question. Group participation. When you ask a child to do something, what's the first thing they say? No. Oh, no, another word. Why? Thank you. Well, they say no too, but I'm going with the why. But they do it in a really whiny voice, right? It's like, why? Well, guess what? It's no different in the workplace. When you're told to do something, It's really frustrating when you don't understand the why behind the what. If something bad is happening, tell people, be transparent, eliminating jobs. Okay, let me understand, you're eliminating in this area, but we're gonna grow in another. I shouldn't run out and go do my resume because there might be an opportunity for me. I worked for a company once that we did so well one year that they wanted to give profit sharing back to the employees. So they came up with an amount to give to every employee, and they wrote this wonderful letter telling people why they're doing this. The only problem was the money got deposited into the direct deposit accounts before the letter went out. So people were like, huh? So some people rushed to the bank to cash it. Some people called HR and said, I think there's something wrong with my paycheck, right? That company lost this amazing opportunity to be able to say, you did this. You brought in so much business and I want to give it back. So it's about context, right? So meaning, alignment, growth, input, context.